Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. My name is Chris. Today is about all things budget friendly. I recently in the comments section had someone say, I love your perfume picks, but they're too expensive and I can't afford any of them. And it made me realize that I haven't done a dedicated budget friendly affordable perfume video recently. I do typically like to add in some budget-friendly options with many of my videos. However, the ones I recently just finished doing were kind of the best of the best, so there weren't a ton of budget-friendly options, and I had a limited amount of perfumes that I showed. So today is going to be all about things that are budget-friendly. I decided to go all in budget-friendly. Everything you see on me today is budget-friendly and affordable, including my makeup, and I'm just going to go through it really quickly. I've got, for my eyes, I've got the Wet n Wild palettes. These are in Nude Awakening and Lights Off. I used a combination of these two. For my bronzer, this one I haven't used in a while, but this is Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. For my blush, I used Milani Berry Amour. This is the baked powder blush, and Milani highlighter in Champagne. And for my lips, I have, the only thing I'm wearing on my lips is a Sephora lip liner. It is the gel, it is the Rouge Gel lip liner in Hot Sauce. And my shirt is from Zara. I got it several months ago. And anything else? My necklace is not super budget friendly. It is a Melinda Maria. However, my daughter, my teenage daughter, kept stealing it from me, so I bought her a budget-friendly option. I got one very, very similar at Altered State for like a fifth of the price. So for the perfumes, let's just dive right in. I'm gonna put my Fresca right there. So this is not a complete list of my favorite budget-friendly perfumes, but it is a nice compilation of some of my favorites that I'm wearing right now. You'll see some more freshies in the spring and the summer. I'm gonna jump in with some budget-friendly perfume myths. I used to kind of poo-poo the idea of perfume myths. I just preferred to use perfume. However, I have kind of gone full circle with the perfume myths. I think there is a time and the place. Perfumist body sprays, I have two that I absolutely love. They are Brazilian Crush. They're by Sol Cheirosa, and this one is 68. And this one is 71. 68 is really one that I love year round. It kind of reminds me of, it gives me a Baccarat 540 vibe, but it has more, it's more fruity. I think there's like lychee and some other exotic, maybe like dragon fruit in here. Does it say it on here? I thought maybe there were the notes on here, but it's very fresh, it's sweet, it's light, it has a nice muskiness, and it really is good year-round. You can wear this alone. I like to wear this alone. Maybe if I'm going to the gym, I don't want to smell super heavy, or maybe just around the house after a shower. This is so, so good. My favorite, one of my favorite gourmands comes in the form of a body mist or body spray. This is number 71. Holy cow. Ugh. This is like a macadamia nut caramel cookie right here. So if you hate gourmands, this one is a good option. If you love gourmands, this is absolutely delicious. And I even think the large one, well, it was under $40, maybe $38. And this one I think was under $30, but definitely under $30. So fantastic budget-friendly options for when you want to have a lighter version of a scent for the day. I love these two. The next one is from a line that makes men's shaving products. I have shown these before. I think I have 3 or 4 in my collection, but the one that I'm going to show is the best one for this time of the year, the cold weather. It is Spice and Black Vanilla. If you like Spice Bomb by Viktor and Rolf, this is very, very close. It's very, very unisex. Many of you will probably say it leans masculine. Others will say it leans feminine. You know, it has bourbon vanilla. It has chai spices, and I want to say vetiver and cardamom, but it is a lovely, lovely option. I got mine at Target. I think they sell, somebody told me they sold it at Walmart and Amazon, and I got mine for around $20. It's not a powerhouse, but I can get it to last at least half the day in a fantastic budget-friendly line that I love. And a couple of you have told me in the comments that you picked that one up and love it. So the next 3 I'm going to show as a trio because they are very very similar. They share a lot of similarities. They are in the same ballpark, and I definitely don't need all of them. I will be doing another budget-friendly perfume video in the near future, in the next couple of weeks, in the form of a Middle Eastern and Arabian perfumes. A couple of these will be in that video, so I don't want to get rid of any of these just yet, and I haven't quite figured out which ones I'm going to keep, but you certainly don't need all of them. Any one of these would be a perfect representation of this type of perfume, and that is a vanillic ambery perfume with some spices or fruits. The first one I'm going to start with, I've had this perfume forever. It is Casablanca by Swiss Arabian. So this is caramel, apple, praline, grape, and has a nice ambery musk in the dry down. This is a powerhouse. It's very sweet. You have to like your sweet perfumes, and it is a great layering fragrance if you want to bring out some fruity sweetness in something. Let's say you have a tobacco perfume that is a little bit too masculine on you and you want to bring out some fruity notes or fruity frussets. This is a perfect fragrance to do that. The next one that's very, very similar is one I love. It is called Ebhar, and I want to say this is made by Rifaqaat. These bottles are very, very pretty. I have one other in the collection that I have shown a ton, and it is called Qasamat Ebhar. This one is very, very similar to Casablanca. They both share vanilla. They both share fruits. This one also has green apple. So Ebhar has a praline sweetness, whereas Casablanca has more of a caramelly sweetness, but they both are similarly sweet. This one, however, the vanilla pulls much stronger on me. This is a compliment getter. I've actually worn this to work, and I had one of my coworkers say, "You smell delicious. It's like a fruity vanilla." She was like, nailed it. The third one in this group that is a little bit more off on its own with some different notes is one I've been showing for almost the length of my YouTube tenure, even though I just celebrated my 3rd year here. This is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. This is marketed to men, but let me tell you, it's unisex. Some people might even think it leans feminine. This is a spectacular vanilla perfume. I have always said you take it out of this kind of hokey bottle and you stick it in a gallon bottle. People will pay $100, $200 for this thing. It reminds me of 3 different types of perfumes. It reminds me of the 2 I just talked about, and throw in a little splash of Spiritus Double Vanille. The difference is, however, Mercedes Club Black has an incense note where the other 2 don't. So it's not as fruity. I don't even think this has any fruity notes. So it is an ambery vanilla. It's musky, a little bit powdery, but it definitely has a little bit of smokiness in it. So for that reason, I will say some of you might think it does lean masculine, and it makes sense that it is marketed towards men. However, if you are like me and you love a little bit of smoky nuances, a little bit of incense, you will love it. A little bit spicy. Another one I've worn to work and got compliments. This is not a powerhouse. Well, I was going to say none of these are powerhouses except Casablanca. That's a powerhouse. That thing lasts 12 hours on both me and my daughter. So, and if I didn't talk about the price, this one is less than $50. I picked this up for less than $50 and bought it back up. This one, when I bought it, was $30, and Casablanca, similarly, when I bought it like 3 years ago, was $30, $35. So terrific perfumes in that price range. If you really do like fruity, ambery vanillas with a lot of sweetness, either caramel sweetness or praline sweetness, and for Mercedes-Benz Club Black, if you like a little bit of smokiness instead of all that sweetness. So great options here. A good way to procure or get your hands on an affordable perfume is not to buy a ginormous bottle. It is to downsize. And downsizing is a perfect way to get a great scent at an affordable price. I'm going to highlight some of the smaller bottles that Lush offers. I have 3 or 4 of them in the collection this size. The one I'm going to show today is one I haven't shown in a long, long time, but it is definitely one of my favorites. It's called Khamrah. This is for all of you out there who really who like to channel kind of your little hippie vibe. It's in there for me, and those of you who love patchouli, but don't want to necessarily smell like a head shop. You're looking for something that's more aromatherapy. This is great, and this is one of the very few year-round patchoulis that I own because it contains some citruses. This contains lemongrass and I want to say orange. It comes off cleanly, but clearly The patchouli is the star here. It might have some aromatic notes, maybe lavender, but it is wonderful. I bring this down to Houston in the summer when I visit my folks. Put this on after the shower because I have the body cream, and I'll use the little soap bars that Lush sells, and it's just so refreshing, and it works year round. And this bottle I think was about maybe $45, $50. And I mean, you only need a couple sprays, and this is lasting me forever. I think I've had this like 2 years. If you love a good, affordable freshie, but you don't mind the packaging, you don't mind getting a perfume in a hideous bottle, I'm going to show you a perfume I've shown before. It is called I Love Love by Moschino. The perfumer for this one, or the nose, is Oliver Crespi. He's the same one that has created Light Blue and all of the flankers. This is very, very similar to Light Blue. The top notes are a bit different. This one I think has grapefruit, and there are sugar cubes within this perfume, but it still has that very refreshing kind of light blue vibe with a little bit of differences. I do find this a very, very fun perfume. It smells great. And if you love that scent profile, the note profile of the light blue, but we're looking for something a little bit different, maybe a little bit of a tweak, this one is fantastic. And I hear you can get this at Shoppers Drug Mart for like $19, $20, and it's sold at the discounts for something really, really affordable. I definitely don't remember off the top of my head what this goes for in the United States, but I want to say it's around like $30, $35, and it's a fabulous alternative for that scent profile. Okay, another great one for the colder months. This one actually I can foresee me wearing maybe year round, and I just decluttered. Do I even want to admit it? I just decluttered Angel Share because I like that scent profile, but it was just too sticky sweet and heavy for me, and I could not wear it year round. I could only wear it like 2-3 months out of the year. And I found that Khamrah was a good alternative for me. I actually think this is less sticky. It has a lot of the same notes. There are a lot of similarities. It has vanilla, praline, cinnamon. This has dates, maybe a little bit of booziness. Certainly not as boozy as Angel Share, not as sweet, but it still has that kind of apple pie vibe. This is a little bit more spicy, which I do love. It wears slightly more lightly, and it has a nice woody dry down in the base. It's like a sweet ambery vanilla with woods in the dry down. I love it, and I find this a very easy wear for that scent profile, and I have no problem with longevity. It has spectacular performance and longevity, so another great one. And I think I paid $35, $40 for this one. Enormous bottle, I'll never finish it. So another wonderful, affordable way I have found to experience expensive perfumes without breaking the budget is through these beautiful oils right here. I get them through Oil Perfumery, but I use these not only as a layering vehicle or vessel. I actually purchase these sometimes in lieu of buying a very expensive perfume. Maybe I don't think I'm gonna wear all the time. I really love it, but I don't wanna spend $200, $300 on that particular perfume. Or if the perfume is sold out or discontinued, it's a good or a great way to get those fragrances in your hands. And I think these run around $20. I do have occasional sales, and the ones I have currently, I have more, but the one in particular I'm loving right now is called Sacred Wood. This is a dupe or impression of Kilian's Sacred Wood, and I am so on the fence about getting that perfume, but I'm on the fence. Like I say, I have some other worded perfumes that I love, and I just don't know if that's gonna add enough to justify the price. And when I'm in that situation, a fragrance oil that's very, very similar to the perfume that I am loving is a perfect substitution. And these suckers are gonna last me forever. I'm never gonna run through them. So I love this one, Sacred Wood. I also have one called Sundazed. This is from the Byredo line. Byredo makes one called Sundazed. This is like a candied fruit perfume, so it's going to layer great with all the fragrances that I have that are kind of that candied fruit vibe. Maybe they're powdery, maybe I want to add a little bit more fruity sweetness. This is a great way to do that, and I don't need to buy the full bottle, particularly if I have enough perfumes in that category. I don't need something else, but I do love that particular note profile. And the third one is called Cry Baby. This one is a fragrance that is discontinued and you really can't get your hands on. So getting it in the perfume oil is a fantastic way to experience the perfume without having to purchase it for some crazy amount on eBay or Mercari. So the next one is thanks to Georgia Tonka. I've talked about this a couple times. It is one of my very, very few blind buys, and I did it because it was very affordable. I bought this on Jomashop, and it is called Benigna de Madagascar. So I didn't realize they made these small kind of Solinote perfumes until I saw her talk about it, and I think Jomashop carries several. I'm very, very tempted to buy some more, but again, I can't sample them, so it would be a blind buy. Something I'm trying hard not to do, but it's a little bit easier for me when the price is a little bit more reasonable. So you might think this is a very vanilla forward perfume. It is a floral perfume. So it is a floral vanilla. Vanilla pod comes from a flower. So it makes sense that it's going to have some floral undertones. This has some pretty heavy floral undertones, but it's still balanced with a nice vanilla. So if you love florals and you love vanilla, this is a great, like a floral vanilla. The flower is very non-specific, but it definitely has a floral undertone, maybe the slightest bit green. It's a nice simple perfume. It's fairly linear. It's not gonna last all day, but I think I bought this for $32 and I'm eyeing one on Jomashop. I think it's called Tonka. I'll have to double check, but a great one. The last two I have, this one is called Tonka. It's by Solinotes. This one I got at Target. And I was really surprised. I blind bought it. I mean, I just bought it. It was like $22. I was really surprised. It doesn't smell like Tonka like I was thinking. Tonka to me smells vanillic, woody, has some nutty nuances. Sometimes it can be just a little bit green. This to me smells almondy, and a lot of almond perfumes have a little cherry nuance. So this is very cherry almond. This has a cherry almond vibe to it, very prominent. So if you like a nice cherry almond, this is fantastic. It's a nice light cherry almond scent either to wear on its own if you want to wear something quiet to work, you don't want something overly prominent, or you want to use something as a nice layering tool. This is great. A lot of people have asked me, I had a few people ask me on Instagram, because I showed this in one of my reels, if this smells like Baccarat 540 or Lost Cherry. I would say it's much closer to Lost Cherry. It has the same, I guess, cherry undertone, although Lost Cherry is very, very different. It's very boozy, very thick, very syrupy, much more cherry forward. This one is much lighter. It's like a very diluted little kid sister. It stands on its own for those of you who are looking for something similar. And I saved my favorite for last, the beautiful Rifaqaat by Paris Corner. I could just sniff this all day. This is a baby cat inspiration or dupe. The bottle is like this beautiful, thick glass. It's very, very affordable. I think I still have a coupon code or a discount code. I'll link it below. I'm not affiliated at all. But it's a really, really nice alternative for somebody who can't get baby cat. You can't find baby cat everywhere. And sometimes if you do find it, it's at a ridiculous price, and it's very, very affordable. If you like that scent profile, it does have differences from baby cat. It's not as vanillic. It's not as spicy. It kind of jumps right into the middle notes, which are like suede. It has a nice suede and saffron facet. They're very strong in here. The vanilla is toned down. It's more in the background, and the incense and elemi resin are very, very toned down. They're not as prominent. If this has pepper, it's not as prominent as Baby Cat and Oh the Audacity. The spices, the pepperiness is pretty strong in both of them, particularly Oh the Audacity. But a fabulous less than $50 alternative for Baby Cat. Do I need it? No. Am I getting rid of it? No. It's a beautiful bottle. I love the scent profile, and it's a nice cheapie for the baby cat lovers out there. So that's it. Those are some of my favorite affordable perfumes for the time being. Everything I talked about is $50 or less. Most of these are closer to the $40, $35 price range. So very affordable, very budget friendly for anybody. Doesn't matter if you like expensive niche perfumes. Many of these are fantastic. And for those of you who are more limited by budget, these are, in my opinion, fantastic alternatives, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found this helpful. I will be doing a couple more budget-friendly videos that will come out in the next week or so since I will be traveling. Let me know down below if you enjoyed this type of content, and with that, I'll see you in the next one.